Shara Bullet will face Michel Pereira at UFC Baku on June 27th. Shara is coming off a unanimous decision win over Marc-Andre Barriault last summer. Pereira, meanwhile, enters the fight following a split decision victory over Zach Reese in February. Who do you guys got for this one? Drop your predictions in the comments. Dustin Poirier believes MMA fans jumped on the Tom Aspinall hype train too early, without seeing him face real adversity in fights.
That fight with Aspinall got stopped the way it did, that he eye-poked him. It's a crime.
Yeah.
Because that fight was playing out in a very interesting direction, because Aspinall was having a really hard time touching that guy.
He was bleeding.
He was getting busted up.
Yeah.
He was getting touched up a lot. Cyril's jab is legit.
And that's what I was most excited for. I wanted to see Tom have to come back, lose a round and come back. I've never seen him. Obviously, I've seen him fight, but I've never seen him in a real fight where you have to fight your way back into it. Or
how many times has he even been in the second round?
Twice, maybe? Something crazy like that.
Nuts.
And that's why the fan base kind of blew me away. I was like, these guys are so high on Aspinall right now. Like, for a few months, everybody was talking about Aspinall, how good he is. I've never seen it. Not that he's not. He might, I mean, he has to be good to be where he's at.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it.
Well, my thought was the real problem that Aspinall is going to present is in the grappling. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's a big, he's fast, he's got a power double. I mean, he explodes. But when he's standing there and trying to stand with Cyril Gane, this is the first time that he was ever in front of a guy who was agile and quick and very technical. Like
Right.
Cyril Gane was doing a lot of sneaky. One thing he does is he keeps his hand low and he pops that jab out, so you don't know where it's coming from.
Up jab.
He does a lot of weird with his front leg too.
He is pretty quick for his size.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. And he's a
good
great
mobility,
athlete.
good hips.
Yeah, man.
Harry Hardwick suffered a broken jaw during his fight with Marwan Rahiki last weekend. The injury occurred in the second round. Hardwick managed to finish the round, but told his corner his jaw was broken, leading to the fight being stopped. He later had his jaw wired shut following the injury. Hardwick says the damage was worth it, revealing that he spoke with Hunter Campbell and Sean Shelby, who were both very impressed with the fight, despite the loss.
Was it worth it? That's quite an interesting question. Like, because right now, it's pretty dire, to be fair. Like, my jaw is completely wide shut. My nose barely works at the best of times, and the desert air and air conditioning is with it, so like, I'm waking up constantly because I can't breathe. Was it worth it though? Well, it's kind of proving to be a yes, in a weird way. Hunter Campbell called me after the fight to heap praise on me. Like, Sean Shelby made a point of getting up and coming by on my way out of the cage to let me know I've got another shot in the UFC, and Hunter Campbell has rang me and basically said that fight was awesome. He's actually been kind of insistent on me going to UFC London, so I think I will actually get a chance to see them. But being in their good books is huge.
Michael Venom Page is set to face Sam Patterson this weekend at UFC London. MVP revealed that the two have actually trained together in the past. He also shared the conversation they had after Patterson was offered the fight.
There was only a couple of people that, from what I've been told, that even said yes. And then Sam contacted me because we chat, and he was like, I just got offered an opponent and it's you. And I was like, huh? How does that make sense? He's like, yeah, I told them that, you know, we've trained together. I'd prefer to have it as someone that I could just train with and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we're not from the same team, but we train together. And it just seemed like UFC are more like adamant to make it happen from both sides. So we contacted him and I was like, let's just put on a good show. There's all love and respect anyway. And I know it can happen, you know, it's happened for me in the kickboxing world many a times. I used to travel the world with people that I used to have to fight against. So I'm accustomed to it in that space, just not as much in this space. So it's annoying, but it is what it is.
Alexander Volkanovski names his 5 greatest MMA fighters of all time.
Top 5 UFC GOATs. I'm going to be completely honest. Demetrius Johnson, I don't know how many title fights he won. The level, the competition at flyweight, I don't think people understand. Like, because there's not big names, act like it's not a competitive. It is so competitive. The best fighters in the world are the lighter weights, because the bigger athletes get ciphered through with other sports. a lot of them in Australia, or NFL, rugby league, or AFL, or basketball, a lot of your bigger athletes are obviously going there. Us small fellas, flyweights especially, they don't have anything. They're either a jockey or a fighter, that's it. So you get a lot of high level small athletes. George St. Pierre, who else we got? Man, you know what? I think Islam has done enough to put himself in that conversation. I think I could put him there. This might be a bias. I want to throw Israel Adesanya there. You remember he beat? Like, beating Robert Whittaker in his prime twice. Some of the level, all the guys that are still doing pretty good now. Obviously, he's coming off a couple of losses. But I think how many title fights did he win? I think it was like seven defenses. You've got Anderson Silva, obviously, who's done incredible things as well. And again, we've got to look at the timing as well.
Sean Brady will face Joaquin Buckley at UFC 328. On the Ariel Helwani show, Brady reveals why he's taking a pay cut for this fight.
We're fighting in Jersey. There was some talk of you fighting at the Apex, right? What happened there? They moved it?
Yeah, so we were originally April 25th is when they scheduled us. We were supposed to be the main event at the Metapex or the Apex, whatever they call it nowadays. And then Hunter actually called Lloyd probably a week ago and was like, hey, would Sean be opposed to fighting on the Prudential card in New Jersey? And any chance I get to fight close to home, I'm taking it. When I was fighting for Cage Fury, I was going from Philly to Atlantic City, Philly to Atlantic City. So now this is an AC, but it's still in New Jersey, so it's still home court advantage in my opinion. So it's 3 rounds. And I'm sure the pay that you get for a main event isn't huge. So I'm taking a little bit of a pay cut, but I don't have to train for 5 rounds, which is a lot of wear and tear on the body. So I'll take it.
Lerone Murphy says finishing Movsar Evloev with a knee would be a dream come true.
And if you were to make a prediction right now how this fight ends, obviously say you're going to win, but we're looking for those flying knees, spinning elbows, spinning back wheel kicks. What are we talking?
I think that's how it's going to go. Obviously, he's a solid wrestler. I'm going to have to make them moments count. So I'm looking for you said
explosive moments as he's coming into level change. Catch him coming in. Bah!
Exactly.
See you later.
Exactly. If it's a knee, that'll be perfect. That's my dream.
Them bonuses are £100,000.
$100,000.
There you go.
Dollars, but whatever.
Youssef Zalal versus Aljamain Sterling goes down at UFC Fight Night on April 25th. In an interview with Homa Fight, Zalal says he wants to become the first fighter to submit Aljo.
Aljamain Sterling's tough to finish. How do you see this fight playing out April 25th?
That's exactly how it is, man. He's a tough guy to very finish, and I think he's only been finished, twice in the UFC?
Yeah, O'Malley knocked him out. I remember that in their title fight. And then Marlon Moraes knocked him out way back, years ago.
Yeah, that's
and
the
it was
only two
quick.
fights he ever lost, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, that he got finished.
That's what I'm saying. It definitely, to be the third guy to ever finish him, that's a statement right there. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped and I'm excited. I know that Josh Emmett, I was feeling the same way. I was but I went with Josh Emmett, I was he only got finished by Jeremy Stevenson and Yair. So I was holy this guy doesn't go away, you know what I mean? So it was definitely an exciting puzzle. It makes me excited to get up and let's go do this. This is a challenge. This is and I really do believe this is the hardest challenge in my career so far.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Sterling's never been submitted, so I mean that's maybe something too. I know you just need to win the fight, but
that's crazy.
So if you think about it, of all the fights he's had, no one's ever submitted him. So what a feather in your cap that would be if you could get that, because obviously we've seen how good your ground game is, right?
I know. I was very happy. I came back with the debut, and then I submitted Billy Q, who's the first guy to ever submit him till this day. So he's never been submitted. So I was, like you said, that was a good feather to have on my back. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for this challenge.
Israel Adesanya released more footage training with Robert Whittaker as he prepares to face Joe Pyfer at UFC Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Rob, man, honestly, one of the best dudes in the game. Not just fight-wise, one of the GOATs, at middleweight, one of the GOATs from this area of the world, and just a good human being. I knew he's got a good spirit, because when you fight someone, you know this. But then when you have to train with the guy and then you actually, see buddy, we're just talking about him. He's just a good dude, man. And overall, it's just been a good boost to the end of my training camp. To have a world-class fighter like Robert Whittaker to come in and push me right at the end of my training camp, get me to the finish line, it's a blessing. And I'm very grateful that he's here for his next chapter in the game.
Charles Oliveira gets a warm welcome at the gym as he returns with the BMF title. Sean Strickland is set to challenge Khamzat Chimaev for the middleweight title at UFC 328 on May 9th. Kamaru Usman thinks Sean could be the guy to force a quote-unquote complete performance out of Khamzat.
Khamzat Chimaev is one of those guys to where we know is a very, very special guy. He has the ability to do these great things, but at the same time, we're still waiting for a complete performance, because it's almost like he uses one skill, and he's so dominant that he's able to still dominate and win these fights, to where we're still kind of waiting for that one guy that's going to stop that one dominant thing that he does, and then we see all of his arsenal. And I've said Khamzat is talented enough to where he has all the weapons. It just is needing that guy, that dance partner, to make him have to use him and bring him all out. And I think this could be the fight right here. If Sean Strickland is able to stop Khamzat Chimaev from taking him down, then Khamzat has to stand with him. And that's where you're potentially going to see all of Khamzat's arsenal. The striking, the kicks, the punches, all of that. That's where you get to see it. Or maybe Sean Strickland takes over and really dominates this fight and breaks it wide open. But I'm excited for it.
Khamzat Chimaev tells his coach he wants to die after an intense training session.
You want to jump in my pool?
I want to die, coach.
Okay. No problem.
Jean Silva says he's flying to London to watch Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy and will sign a contract to fight Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight belt afterward. Jean said, "We're heading out on this trip, invited by Hunter and Dana, to watch the fight between Evloev and Murphy up close, and to sign a contract for the belt. It's going to be the biggest promotion people have ever seen in history when that contract for the belt gets signed, because I'm going to sell this fight. After that boring fight," referring to Evloev versus Murphy, "I'm going to go up there and hand both of them their termination." Rumors are circulating today that Robert Whittaker versus Magomed Ankalaev is in the works. Rob recently revealed that his next fight will take place at light heavyweight, naming Ankalaev, Jan Blachowicz, and Dominic Reyes as potential opponents for his debut. Rob also stated that he's targeting a return in July. Today, Ankalaev posted this. He wrote, "I will see you guys in Abu Dhabi in July." How do you guys think this fight plays out if it happens? Drop your predictions in the comments. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Churchy8832. It says, "Calling it now, we don't see the BMF belt again." The second one's from Ragthorn6757. It says, "Charles killed the BMF." And the final one's from Deebs. It says, "With all due respect to Charles, the whole excitement of the BMF belt is to showcase fighters who aren't afraid to clang and bang, not just hold someone down for 25 minutes. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.